Hey guys, I ran across this valley here, and I think this is going to be my next base. With this particular base here, I'm going to spend a little more time making it cool, and instead of just making it to your standard run-of-the-mill base for purpose, this one's going to have a base for coolness, I guess. I'm going to put a glass top on this. And it's basically going to be a biodome. It's going to have trees and flowers and crops and all kinds of cool stuff like that. Running water and then I got some water pools in here. The theme on this location, I guess, as opposed to any other base, this one's going to have a theme, is going to just be like a bio sort of thing. It'd be kind of cool, I think. And then I'll bring it out to about here in glass. And I think this place would look really awesome lit up with being a glass dome like that. I think it'd be awesome. So I'll move some of these blocks around a little bit so it'll be a base. It just won't be a dome with stuff in it. So it'll have a purpose, but it'll also be kind of cool too. So I got a dungeon down in there, and then actually a cave system, and then I heard a dungeon on the other side of that mountain there. So I've got a few things to play around with once I build this location, so I think it'd be pretty awesome. So I just want to do this before video and show you what it looks like before I get messing around with it too much. And then I could stick my booster in one of these walls here so I can get in and out of here okay. Okay, I got the first part of the roof on. It goes back a ways here. I just got this half on. I'll do the other half later. When it comes to rounding these things, it can get kind of tricky. So if you just think about like the world and how the world is generated, you know how I don't know. I just gotta picture the world and how it is generated when it comes to rounding these things off. So I don't know if that's really much help, but anyway, really dig the music. So I'll do this next half a little later on, but it's basically going to be the same thing. Round it off a little bit. So the thing I guess that I would stress the most is as you change elevations, if you're dropping off 2 blocks instead of 1, then you're probably not rounding it off right. So that's kind of like the rule that I go with. So, and the same with going up. If you like this is a bad spot. This is 2, so I'll need to knock one of these out or add one down here, if that's a good example or not. Anyway, we'll work on this in a little bit. Alright, I'm building this side of the biodome. I built a framework here so I can make this side symmetrical. This is the son of an architect coming out of me. Alright, so I eyeballed this cobblestone centerpiece basically right down the middle, and then from there left 5 torch, left 5 torch, and in 1, and that way 1. Okay, and then over here moved another cobblestone gauge. I have the same gauges on the other side, and I'm not saying you need to move 5 and in 1 or 5 and whatever. These are just my gauges to make this side as symmetrical as that side over there. And then what I'll do is turn down the music because the music is kind of loud, but it's okay. Once I get this, I don't know if no, I don't think I'm going to build a framework for this. What I'll do is lay glass on top of this frame and then freehand it to the side of that hill there. And that part I'm not worried about so much as if it's as symmetrical on the left as it is on the right over here. Since they are slightly different, since this hill makes this side of this dome a little different than that side. So same thing, framework over here, I'll freehand it into the side here, somewhere along this area, and again lay glass on top of this framework. Okay, And then for the center section, I'll freehand that. And what I mean by that is I will not lay a block straight across all the way to that side. What I'll do is just you know, lay like a couple like this, and then bring one out, and then do another 3 or 4, kind of like that, or up as well. Oh, failed there. Kind of like this. I think that'd probably look better. But this is what I mean by freehand. Freehand the center section. So it'll kind of round it off a little bit, and then the same there. Something like that. I don't know. I'll just have to see how that looks. But that's what I mean by freehand in the center. I don't want that to go straight across. That, I mean, this will look kind of boxy and silly. So, I mean, if you can just picture it looking like that, I don't think that would look very well. So, I'll just work this piece in steps. Generally is the best way I find to do these larger projects, is just work with like little baby steps, and get the glass up there first, get your framework, get your glass, and then slowly progress out from there. Not too fast, so you can kind of see what you got to work with and see how it's developing, not just try to build it all at once and say, oh my god, that looks terrible. Alright, so here we are now laying the glass on this frame. What I've done is put one block on top of each one of the frame pieces, and then one on the left and one on the right. There and there. Okay, I've done the same thing to this side over here, and then like I said, don't want to really build these things too fast, just kind of want to stand back a little bit, see how it looks, make sure it's developing okay. Looks like it does, and then get into the rounding portion of it. So what I'll do is something along these lines. Work with the top, work with the shorter pieces first up here, and then I think what I'll do is just go ahead and connect that, and same with that. That'll look okay. This one here I think I'll bring up, go like one there, and then start rounding. There. And go 2 this time. Can't quite reach it. And then round again. We'll see how that looks. Okay. The whole idea is not to build it too fast. So we'll do this, something like that, kind of step back. Looks like it's doing okay. It's doing what I want it to do. So then I'll go, so this time I went 2, so this time I'll go 3. We'll see how that looks. Okay, something like that. Go on this side. 1, 2, 3. And then go back to rounding. In fact, that's not going to look good, because if you notice, it's doing 2 and 2 and 2 all the way down. So I'm going to knock that out, go 3 and 3, and that way the center piece, because I want the center to bulge, I don't want it to go down evenly. That makes sense. Something like that. Okay, that's what I want to do. That way, as I go down the hill, it goes from 2 blocks to 2 blocks to 4 blocks, and so on. So this one here, I want to go to 6 blocks. This would be something like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I can go back down to these lower pieces, rinse and repeat. Okay. Moral of the story is, don't build this thing too fast. Build a couple of pieces, see how it looks. I had to make a little change there on the fly, and I think it's going to work out better that way, just because I did not try to build it too fast. So anyway, alright, finishing up this side with the frame still on it, rounded out pretty good. So it looks kind of ugly here with the frame still on it, but kind of show this in a little bit. Not too bad. I mean, without getting obsessive compulsive or anything, not too bad. Pretty symmetrical, which is what I wanted. And then what I'll need to do over here is freehand this side against that. Not a big deal. Again, don't need to get freaking crazy about this and every little block has to be no. Just this is just a guide. Building that framework and going from there. So we'll finish this up here in just a little bit. Okay, there you go. Biodome complete. I got the roof on. So since this first part ended up being a little longer than I anticipated, I'm going to chop this video up into a couple of pieces. I wanted to show pretty extensively my approach to I guess building this and kind of doming it out a little bit and the architecture in it. And although it has a bit of structure to it and symmetry, it's not again, it's not obsessive compulsive or anything like that. I mean, there is some variations in some of these blocks, so I think although it does take a little bit of time to build it, all in all, not too bad. Like I said, again, when I wanted to build this base, I wanted to build this one for cool factor, and I didn't want to build it for functionality so much. So where comes coolness comes a lot of time spent, so that's just part of it. Anyway, it worked out pretty good, so I liked it. I extended this area out over here a little bit to take advantage of that overhang. Pretty satisfied with it, I think. So, and then once I get in here, I'll add some trees and stuff. So I've got plenty of room, which is what I wanted. I want lots of room so I could really sort of play around with this area a little bit and kind of jazz it up a little bit. I think it'd be pretty cool, especially when this place is lit up at night. I can just imagine what it would look like. So awesome. Anyway, take care, guys.